morning whiskey. Okay, the Oneida Phoenix. It has been a year since this bow turned up, so I figured I'd do a little recap on it. I'm going to talk about the bow briefly, and then I'm going to get onto the actual company because I have a lot to say about the company. The bow itself, been a year. Absolutely love this bow still. I've had no issues with it. I've had horror stories, and I know there are people out there who have bought the bow and then don't like the bow, but that's not me. I like it. If I could go back, given in mind that Oneida now have serious competition with the RPM Nitro, I'll put the proper name down below. It's definitely something than Nitro. Anyway, now that they have the competition with Nitro, if I had to choose between buying the cheaper bow or spending £1,500 on the Phoenix, I would probably go back and buy the Nitro instead of the Phoenix. I love this bow, but every review I've seen, everything I've read up on, the Nitro meets the Oneida in every way that's important to me. I've seen a few people that say, I've spoken to a few people who have said that the Nitro isn't as good for hunting, but I'm in the United Kingdom. We're not allowed to bow hunt, so, you know, it's not a major factor for me. But, you know, I'm still happy I have this bow. I still like this bow. It's been over a year, and the only thing I've really changed is the grip. It's the same grip, I just wanted a purple one, and, you know, I made that change last month before, maybe. So, yeah, you know, the bow I'm actually very happy with. But the company. Now, yeah, I've reached out to the company because I've worked in sales and media, and that's where they are painfully failing. But I've not got a response, which is annoying, but it ties into another issue that I know a few people have had, and that's their customer service. Years before they actually had dealerships in the UK, I reached out to Oneida just to put the feelers out, seeing if I could get a bow in this country and how much and everything else, and they were very quick to respond to that. But again, I've reached out to them once or twice this year, once or twice last year, and nothing really has come back, which is a shame, because I genuinely want Oneida to succeed, but they have serious competition with the Nitro. Now, again, every review I've seen of the Nitro, it's more or less going toe-to-toe with the Oneida. It's the same shape. It's the same beautiful hybrid lever action setup. So you can shoot the Nitro as a finger release as you can with the Oneida, which is a fantastic option to have. And their social media is wanting significantly. Now, if you go onto Oneida's Instagram, for example, first off, if you go on my Instagram, you will be flooded with food pictures. Yes, I'm one of them knobheads, but you will also get archery stuff, and you also get you know, things with the mamba, and while I had it, the cottonmouth, I think, and the stalker and the panther and everything else. Oneida's Instagram, from what I've seen, is absolutely brim to the top of bow fishing. That is absolutely where their focus is. Now, it's not a bad thing for an individual archer to only be focused on bow fishing. That's absolutely fine. But for an archery company to only be focused on bow fishing is... it's like starting a marathon and deciding that you're going to chop your leg off. This pointless. Yeah, you might finish it, but you're on one bloody leg. You sure as hell aren't going to win that marathon. So it's mental. They had a bit of advertising with CW's Arrow from like season 2 onwards. Stephen Amell was using an Oneida, I think the Oneida Kestrel, which is what the Nitro copies, not the Phoenix, hasn't got the string stops. But in the season that's just finished with Arrow, even the Oneida has gone from that. And yeah, there was no reason for it in the show. It's just one episode was the Oneida, and the next episode was a bow that looked like it had just been taken off the shelf and had a few things put onto it. Which is a shame, because you know this is an amazing looking bow. This is something really unique. Okay, I might be overusing the word unique, but it is certainly different, and different stands out, which is fantastic. And having that advertising on a show, even if you don't like the show, having that advertising is pretty damn good. But now they don't have that. So their whole voice, their media presence is bow fishing, which, in my opinion, alienates people who like me. I'm happiest when I'm stumping. I love going out into the woods, into the Greenland, and shooting at tree stumps, shooting at targets that I put in, shooting just in the woods in general. But it also alienates hunters. It also alienates people who are only interested in target shooting, because they're not reaching out, and they need to, because the Nitro will. I mean, let's face it, if you have a choice between spending £1,500 or spending £500 for more or less the same bow, you're going to spend $500. Of course you are. So Oneida really need to step up. They need to step up their game, but they're just not doing it. And it's a shame, because Oneida could be and should be one of the staple pins of the archery world. Every archer knows Hoyt. Every archer knows Win and Win. Every archer knows Bear. And every archer should know Oneida. But they're not. I mean, I genuinely, this probably won't, but I genuinely hope this does get back to Oneida, because I'm happy, I'm ecstatic to take over your social media, or to at least expand it so that it reaches more people, because this is a bow I genuinely enjoy. And while I know there are some people who don't like this bow, I certainly have never had a day where I've not enjoyed shooting this. I mean, I'm a trad enthusiast, absolutely, but this is a bow that I love to shoot, regardless of if it's in the winter, if it's in the summer. It's a great bow to shoot, but Oneida, they're just not getting shit done. It's a shame, really. I hope it changes, but after a year, I can confidently say I still love this bow. I still enjoy shooting this bow. As a little side note, for everyone that's still watching, I will leave a link down below to Lancaster Archery's video. The reason I'm going to do that is because there has been a couple of things where the bows have failed, and it's not really known why the bows have failed. So in the video that I will link down below, the guy, I forget his name, but he deconstructs the Oneida Phoenix and he puts it back together bit by bit, because again, Oneida's customer service is not fantastic, and he reached out to them trying to get specs, trying to find out why the issue happened in the first place. They didn't get back to him, so he's doing a lot of work. It's a good video to watch if you have a Phoenix, because it's something that worries me with pretty much all compound bows. So yeah, I will leave that down below. If you have a Phoenix or any Oneida in general, definitely watch that video. It's a great video to watch. It's nice to have. in a playlist or something like that. And that's where I'm going to leave it. There you go. Thanks.